But look, you guys have had so much on your plate at DHS, and I know you are working around the clock. ICE and Border Patrol have increased activity in Chicago recently. DHS also asked the Department of War for around 100 military personnel to help protect those ICE facilities. Are you shocked by the fact that you have to have security now for law enforcement out there on the streets?
You know, I'm shocked by Governor Pritzker and his willingness to let murderers and rapists run his state and have a free-for-all against the people that live in there without making it safe for families. And that's what has been the most shocking to me, is to see these local governors and mayors not stand up for law and order. That we will go into Chicago, we will go into Portland, and we'll make sure we have the backs of our law enforcement. And that's what the Department of War is providing for us. When we go out and do operations and the local law enforcement are told to stand down, that they can't be there for us, it's extremely dangerous for these ICE officers, for these CBP agents that are out there trying to help go after these dangerous criminals. So we will use President Trump's methods and his abilities to deploy a whole of government approach, which means the Department of War will come in and help provide that security so we can continue to do our work.
We all saw the Dallas ICE field office under attack, just a week ago. Are you guys going to put in place physical changes, or will there be things that you can see that will harden these sites in the wake of that? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to make sure that we are have safe facilities, but also our officers are safe. So we will have more personnel, we'll have more security measures, but some of them I can't speak to, because when we give all the details, obviously people use that and use it to dox our agents and try to undermine those methods that we use to bring those security systems to bear. But we will absolutely do everything that we can to make sure that our officers are safe and that they have the ability to enforce the law. And that's what they're so happy about. We've had over 900 arrests in Chicago just in the last few weeks that our federal officers have gone in and been able to bring drug traffickers and human traffickers to justice, and murderers, individuals who have committed acts of violence, burglary, assaults, and get them off the streets. And the people in Chicago that have seen the result of that are thrilled. We're not just doing it in Chicago. Portland is another one, Memphis as well. We're working with local leaders to do what we can, but when we can't work with local leaders, that doesn't mean that the individual citizens are going to be left behind. Well, speaking of Portland, Oregon and the city of Portland have sued to block the president sending in the National Guard. They claim that the ICE protests have been very small, that there have been no arrests since June, but the White House cited 26 federal cases for alleged arson and assaults against law enforcement. So maybe you want to take a moment and refresh people's memories as to why it's important to send in the National Guard. Yeah, absolutely. And we're not afraid of litigation, Laura. We will go out and do our job, that we will follow the law, we will follow the Constitution, and if activist judges want to sue us, then they can do that, but we'll continue to pursue what's right. But out in Portland, that's a different animal. We've got not just rioters and people that embrace violence to push back on what we're doing in this country. These are Antifa. We have terrorist organizations, and that's what I keep reminding people, is we're not just dealing with criminals. We've got networks of cartel members and terrorists that are infiltrating these cities. And every day that we don't bring them to justice, they're recruiting new members, more people to their ranks. And that is why every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, DHS and our officers are working to get them off the street so that we can stop them in their tracks. What recourse do you have if cities like Portland or Chicago refuse to protect a federal facility or refuse to surrender violent offenders? Can you pull federal funding? We're using every tool we have. We can look at every dollar that they get from the federal government. We can look at other resources and support and see what is a potential there. And then also look at what we can do as far as taking care of ourselves. When they say that they don't want federal officers on the streets and then they're not going to partner with us, then we put twice as many there. We want to have results for the people that live there, and we listen to them, not these local leaders that constantly attack us. So I would say we don't take anything off the table, especially Portland. It's been dark and horrible for so many years. I mean, that's just been a train wreck. When people start to feel, again, what it can be like, that they actually can live a life, that walking down streets and eating at restaurants again, that governor and that mayor will start to hear about how wrong they are, and they'll understand politically
as well the consequences of picking the wrong side of this issue.